behaviorism? A, explains both phylogenic and ontogenic behavior through an SOR model. B, explains both phylogenic and ontogenic behavior through an SRS model. C, explains only observable behavior through an SOR model. Or D, explains only observable behavior through an SRS model. This was a tongue twister. So we're talking about radical behaviorism. It only gives us a tiny piece in here. And we have 4 options. It's really asking us 2 things, which is, does radical behaviorism deal with just observable behavior, or does it deal with phylogenetic and ontogenic behavior? And then separately, what model does it use, SOR or SRS? So for this one, the correct answer is B, explains both phylogenic and ontogenic behavior through an SRS model. So the idea with radical behaviorism is that all behavior is behavior, whether we can see it or whether we can't. So it ties, and this is an especially tricky question because typically when we talk about radical behaviorism, we talk about observable and unobservable behavior. Radical behaviorism says all of that's behavior and we can deal with all of it. But it deals with phylogenetic and ontogenetic behavior as well. So this is tricky because we might want to go for the observable behavior just because we've heard that term when we talk about radical behaviorism. And this is where we can get really tricky on questions. Radical behaviorism deals with inner or unobservable behavior as well as outer or observable behavior. And it does it through an SRS model. So SOR model was tied to methodological behaviorism, which is what occurred before radical behaviorism. So it's a bit of a history question. It makes 3 assumptions about the nature of private events. That private events such as thoughts or feelings are behavior, that behavior takes place within the skin, is only distinguished from behavior that takes place outside of the skin or public behavior by its inaccessibility, and that private behavior has no special properties and is influenced or is a function of the same kinds of variables as publicly accessible behavior. And radical behaviorism seeks to understand all of human behavior, phylogenetic and ontogenic as well. It's far-reaching, it's thoroughgoing, and it's a really dramatic departure from other conceptual systems. So it's a big change for methodological behaviorism. And it utilizes the SRS system of understanding behavior. So we're moving away from the SOR model of methodological behaviorism.